The most important thing that I've learned throughout the semester is that schools are not giving enough health education for students, and if we are, they're not adequate ones. Approximately 74% of states use the national health standards as a starting point for curriculum, but are schools using them as best as we can? Personally, I don't believe so. I understand that schools have a lot to teach, and with so many time constraints and so many different types of schools, and we have to work with federal and state and local laws, it can be really difficult. Now, I learned about the 8 national health education standards, which help teachers to have a successful and age-appropriate lessons. Teachers need to know all 8 of the core concepts, analyze the influences such as media, be able to give the students access to the information, have students have interpersonal communication, and help the students who struggle with communication. Teachers need to understand that students make their own decisions, and we need to guide them to make the right ones. We need to let students set their own goals, which could be long-term, short-term, doesn't matter. Teachers must teach students how to have self-management skills and have students practice healthy behaviors. The last national health standard is advocacy, where students must demonstrate the ability to advocate not only for their own health, but for their family and community's health. All 8 of these national standards need to be used and talked about when we talk about the key instructional topics. Throughout the semester, I've learned about the instructional topics, which are mental, emotional health, and physical eating, physical activity, safe personal and wellness, tobacco use, alcohol and other drugs, and sexual health. We also talked about death and grief throughout the semester. So I'm going to tell you how I personally connected all 9 of these topics. So I'm going to start with the obvious, which is physical activity and nutritional health. They both work together to keep our students physically healthy, and with obesity being such a big problem in the States, we need to talk about this more. 72% of boys and 65% of girls are overweight and obese. We teach about the MyPlate and physical activity pyramid, but most schools only talk about them for a month. Schools should be working on creating at least 60 minutes of physical activity throughout the day, whether that be in gym class, taking brain breaks, recess. Children should be moving at least 60 minutes. This isn't something we can talk about for a month and expect kids to be healthy. I learned about how students who are more active and healthy eaters do better in school. This leads me to talk about mental health, because our students who do better in school are the ones with higher self-esteem, whereas the students who are not as healthy have lower self-esteem. Mental health conditions connect with every single one of the topics that we've talked about. 1 in 5 children may have a mental health condition. Our government is not putting enough money into teach and provide support for children dealing with mental health. I believe that if kids have more access to health, we'll have lower suicide rates. Protective factors such as clinical care for mental and physical health and family and community support help our children be less likely to commit suicide. If we take action at a younger age, we can help prevent a tragic future. Students who are mentally and emotionally healthier are less likely to do drugs and abuse alcohol. A study by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services found that every 7,540 youth between the ages of 12 and 17 will have their first drink of alcohol. Some reasons that children try alcohol is because it feels good, it helps them get rid of trouble, and to deal with the stress and pressure of school. This is why schools need to start incorporating units on drug and alcohol abuse at a younger age. Once again, something else we can do in high school is we can provide extra counseling and support for students who really need help dealing with their mental health issues. This way they are less likely to abuse drugs and alcohol. Besides physical and nutritional health affecting mental health, it also affects our personal health and wellness within a classroom. The healthier the class is, the less likely we are to get sick. Teachers can also help prevent the whole class from getting sick by keeping hand sanitizer as well as air purifiers throughout the room. Health education goes beyond the classroom and beyond the teachers. But as teachers, we need to try our best to help educate our parents and our community in keeping our children safe. Overall, our government needs to invest more money so that our teachers of all grade levels can have adequate information about the core concepts. We need to be looking out for our students' mental, physical, and emotional health, educating our students at a younger age and giving them real-life examples and allowing them to make their own connections will help them to live a healthier lifestyle.